Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bookstore channel. There has been a lot of drama surrounding Farfetch recently, and personally, I feel that it's a reflection of the struggles that many online fashion retailers have faced recently. For many years, online fashion boutiques seemed like they were the perfect business model. It seemed like they were bulletproof. As long as you had a glossy website with an intuitive interface, there was no need for costly stores with high rent, business rates, and costly sales associates. No, all you needed was a good website, warehouse, and a distribution network. But with the rise of super giant companies such as Shein, the Boohoo Group, and Coupang, many fashion sites are just unable to compete. Missguided was recently bought out, and Farfetch was facing bankruptcy before it was finally rescued. But things do not look good for the company. There's a whole lot going on and we're going to get into all that in this video. But first, please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on videos like this. Let's take a closer look. Farfetch is struggling. The company has been debt-ridden and on the brink of bankruptcy for months. The company wanted to change the way luxury was sold online, and after initial success, the company's performance has been disappointing, and its share price dropped from $73 a share in 2021 to only $1.60 a share in October. And you have to think about it. Credit rating agencies have now downgraded Farfetch, meaning that it would be unlikely for Farfetch to obtain more credit. And one bad quarter could mean that they default on all loans and they're unable to pay their bills and staff. This is actually a huge issue, and it could be that their fortunes turn around, who knows, but so far the marketplace's performance has been disappointing. And on top of that, they postponed their Q3 financial report to give themselves more time to assess the damage. And we still do not have Farfetch's full year results for 2023. Farfetch had a lot of negative press, which has diminished its reputation and reduced the confidence of its customers and creditors. I mean, following Farfetch's IPO in 2018, it was reported by Bloomberg that the company burnt through at least $1 billion in cash since its listing. This raised serious red flags and concerns among investors, including Condé Nast, who own Vogue. Condé Nast was reportedly so concerned about the amount of money Farfetch was spending on marketing that it dumped its £234 million stake in the company in July 2019. Did they know something that we didn't, even back then? Or were they just staring at the writing on the wall? People on TikTok have been talking about the strange things happening at Farfetch and its disappointing performance. And according to reports, despite borrowings of over $1.6 billion, their marketplace model for brands to sell their products is just not working, due in part to their over-reliance on discounts to make sales and attract customers. I mean, these days, fast fashion sites have really changed the way people shop online, and people expect there to be a discount code available if they're going to shop on a website, and this has been a real detriment to Farfetch. According to one credit rating agency, one of the main risks that Farfetch faces is that it pays upfront for inventory from brands and then takes ownership of this inventory and sells this directly to customers. The issue then is that this creates a cash flow mismatch, with Farfetch then under pressure to try to sell these items as quickly as possible as they've already taken possession of these luxury goods. This often leads to Farfetch doing things like drastically reducing the prices of these items and levying quite high discounts in order to try to sell these items off. I think that for most people, when they think of luxury fashion, they want a luxury experience. People want the experience of going into a particular designer store and buying their items. And online retail is so closely associated with fast fashion and discounts and discount codes that I think that Farfetch wasn't able to attract as many customers away from the brand's own websites. And were it not for the positive effects that having lots of stores closed during the pandemic had on online retail at the time, Farfetch could have been in trouble a lot sooner. Despite acquisitions in companies such as Stadium Goods, Kramer even advised against investing in Farfetch on CNBC, which was an embarrassing indictment on the company.
Farfetch is a company that's losing a ton of money, which you know we don't like. And and it's got no clear path to profitability, which, we disdain. At least so far as I can tell.
Some in the media denied this, however, and thought that Farfetch was an optimally placed luxury retailer on the market, and they thought it would be the future of online luxury fashion. I do think that many were perhaps too optimistic and not enough erring on the side of caution. This is possibly due to their personal vision for their brand and their knowledge or thoughts regarding the technology and the relationships that the brand had, or just their own investment in the brand and them willing for the company to do well. But have they been lied to? One large Farfetch investor accused Farfetch of making materially false and misleading statements regarding Farfetch's business, operations, and prospects in 2023 and filed a complaint in federal court. And there are reports of a pending class action lawsuit against Farfetch related to securities fraud, as plaintiffs allege that Farfetch failed to inform investors of just how badly they were performing with regards to slowed growth, below expected market performance, and the downplaying of upcoming challenges, allegedly. I think the key here is if Farfetch knew that their company was on the brink of bankruptcy and lied to investors about it, then they're in serious trouble. Following growing speculation as to the future of Farfetch and its downward spiral, people were saying RIP to Farfetch online. It was announced in December that they were being bought by a Korean e-commerce giant Coupang for $500 million. Coupang is known as the Korean Amazon. But considering that during Farfetch's IPO in 2018, they were valued at $5.8 billion, being sold for only $500 million is so drastic and shows that things went seriously wrong at Farfetch. I think that Farfetch thought that they could outspend their troubles and market their way to financial health, which is no different to what many companies have done when they've gotten in over their heads and they choose to borrow more money in a bid to turn things around rather than face the reality of the deficiencies of their business model. I think that Farfetch is a popular company and it made a way for customers to buy several different designer brands from one website. And it probably opened customers' eyes to brands that they weren't previously familiar with, which is a good thing. But unfortunately, we're living in a time where many other fashion retailers have also failed. But there is a glimmer of hope for Farfetch now. But do you think it's too late for them to turn things around? Let me know what you think below in the comments and share if you care. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!